like a Hellcat.
Hello and welcome back to the channel where once again it's time for another issue of Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol. Today it's issue number 12, which sees us get the first sprue of our 5-man Terminator squad. Now on the Warhammer website, a 5-man Terminator squad is £42.50, whereas obviously with the magazine you're only going to be paying £20, so that's a massive saving. And I'm not sure if you get all the options with the models in the magazine, but regardless, that's less than half the price of buying them from the Warhammer website, so that is a fantastic result. It says this issue is going to be building the Space Marine Elite, Space Marine Doctrines and Battle Shock tests. Over the page, like always, it shows us step by step how to build all of our Terminators, and this includes the instructions for the sprue that we're going to get next week as well. Before we go on to tactical doctrine, I should say, Space Marines are no mere blunt instruments. They are masters of seizing the initiative, and their commanders possess superhuman intelligence. This is exemplified in the tactical doctrine. Turning over then, it tells us about some of the weaponry, the bolt rifle, the storm bolter and the assault bolter, before we go over the page and look at assault doctrine. For all their technology, training and advanced conditioning, the Space Marines are perhaps deadliest of all in brutal close combat. Turning over, I should say, then we've got some examples of their close combat weapons: chainsword, power fist, power swords, plasma pistol and the bolt pistol, before we have a look at battle shock tests on the following page. This is play section B, basics part 9. The explanation continues on over the page before we're met with scenario number 8, hold or die. As the battle grows ever more desperate, both the Tyranids and Space Marines find themselves struggling not just to slay the enemy, but to hold the field. Faced with the brutality of close quarter combat, will they hold fast, or will their resolve be shaken? I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm making so many mistakes in my reading. This is play section F, scenarios number 8, and it tells us at the bottom of the page we'll be using the Termagants, the Von Rhein Leapers, the Winged Tyranid Prime, the Barb Gaunts, and the Inferno Squad, the Librarian and the Captain. Like always then, it tells us step by step we're going to go with the Space Marines as the first turn this time around, and it gives you an example of movement and shooting as well. Before we go on to our Tyranids turn, part 1, same again, movement, shooting, charging and then fighting. And it gives you an example of charging and fighting at the bottom of the page. And then it goes through step by step, second turn as well. Same for the Tyranids over the page. And then eventually, of course, we've got our little bit of storyline material where it tells us about what happens if a Space Marine victory is achieved or a Tyranid's victory. Oh my word, I feel terrible. I feel like I've made so many mistakes reading today. On the back page then, it tells us next issue comes with the rest of the Terminators, and then another 2-paint issue in issue number 14. Now, I've actually made the decision that I'm only going to buy this magazine up to issue 20. For me, I don't feel there's as much of an appeal as I felt with the Conquest magazine. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the battles just don't seem quite as exciting at the end or something, or whether it's the models don't seem quite as exciting. I don't know. There's just this feeling that I don't quite like it as much as Conquest, and the fact it's £2 more expensive an issue as well. So I am only going to be covering it until issue 20. If you're going to go for all 90 issues, let me know down below. And like always, I'll be back this time next week with some more Combat Patrol. Goodbye for now.